later evolved into Power 105 during radio's golden era. His immense talent and his immense talent and on-air charisma quickly drew the attention of competitors, leading him to join Z95, where he spent an astonishing 22 years. There, Ed pioneered a new standard for live programming as the first DJ to broadcast fully from the Great Escape. Oh my God, the Great Escape. Oh my God, I'm going back in time. The Great Escape nightclub, originating music and live commentary directly from the venue. Ed also created 92.7 K-Bay, when it was known as Retro 80s and 90s station. Among his signature achievements was the creation of the Midnight Love Hour. I remember that. The Midnight Love Hour. We all listened to the Midnight Love Hour. A nightly program of love song dedications that became a cherished tradition across South Texas. And the best part was calling it in. Making that, what do they call it? The dedication, yes. He was part of a team that achieved the highest rated audience share in Corpus Christi radio history, reaching an astounding 22.1 rating, and was voted Radio Personality of the Year by the Caller Times in 2020 and 2022. Beyond radio, Ed Ocañas became a pivotal figure in the music industry through his work in artistic management, partnering with industrial icons like Clive Davis. He helped launch the careers of artists such as Baby Bash, Frankie J, Paula Deanda, and A.B. Quintanilla's Cumbia Kings, many of whom achieved platinum success under his guidance. For his decades of dedication, innovation, and leadership, we proudly honor Ed Ocañas in honor of 40 years of unforgettable moments, groundbreaking milestones, and a legacy that will echo for generations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had this all written down. I prepared it, and it took like about 5 hours, and I thought, there's no way I can fit 40 years in a minute. So I just want to, first of all, thank you, Mayor, so much for this honor. Thank all the council members so much for this honor. 40 years is a blink of an eye. I mean, we all know it, and we go with our kids and family, and, you know, they're little babies. Next thing you know, they're graduating, and they're in college, and we grow old. But I remember starting my radio career in what we called the break room, and then from there, my dad was Air Force, so we moved to back to Anchorage, Alaska. I had lived there before, and I started radio there as an intern. My brother Bob, who, by the way, I wouldn't have been able to do this without my family. My sister Melinda's here, my brother Bob, my brother Troy. I wouldn't have been able to do it with all my family from the very beginning, because Bob owned a limousine company, and a radio station used to trade with them. So I got to meet a DJ, and that's how I became interning for him. And then that turned into radio on air. Then I moved back to Corpus Christi, and I thought, I'm never going to get a job in radio again. I was so worried. I think I was like 17 years old. And I applied at Kite 105 and Z95 and didn't get anything for 2 weeks. And on the same day, within an hour, I thought, these guys have each other bugged or something, because they both called me the same time and both offered me a job the same time. So I went to work for Kite 105 for a few years, became Power 105. Then it became Z95, was there for 22 years. And throughout my career, I've had so many different honors, but two quotes that I want to read for you. And again, I edited this down completely. I know we have a busy day. And I watch the city council meetings, and they like, hurry up on the microphone. Hurry up. But I don't think they're going to cut me off. Y'all don't have a button back there, do y'all? No? Okay. Oh, the music's going to start. The award show is going to start. So when I was working at Kite 105, there was a haunted house, and I think it was I don't know, I think it was the JC or KC haunted house. It was on Weber, and they brought in Wolfman Jack to do a show, and I got to broadcast with him. We were in the back of an 18-wheeler, and growing up, of course, Wolfman was much older, but seeing him in the movies, and he was an icon, and to be sitting right next to him, and it was just such a surreal moment to be working with Wolfman Jack. And after we were finished, I asked him to give me an autograph, and he said, remember, you work for the public. Give them the best you got. You're a real pro. Your buddy, Wolfman Jack. And I've stuck with those words my entire career because it's really about us serving the community, just like our city council, mayor, everybody does. We have a love for the city of Corpus Christi, and mine was with broadcast. And I really stuck with that my whole career. One other story, again, cutting this all down short as I can. I got to meet Selena, the late Selena, and Suzette, and became really good friends. My brother Bob was key to my whole career. He was at the right time at the right place all the time. But Bob sold them their first cars. So Selena was just starting to really blow up, and she didn't actually at this time didn't have her really breakout single that really, started her big massive chart movement. Anyhow, she had told Bob, hey, do you know Ed Ocanius? And he said, yes, my brother. And said, oh, we want to meet him. So we became friends, hung out. They'd come to the studio. She had the private hotline number. And they were always on the road, and they had that nighttime mentality because they traveled and toured, and they were in nightclubs everywhere. So she'd call me at midnight regularly for the Midnight Love Hour, and we'd talk on the phone. So we became really good friends. I used to always tell her, like, let's take a picture. And she would say, you don't take a picture. You're my friend. We're family. You don't take a picture. You come over to the house, have dinner, but we don't need a picture. And this was before the Facebook era and everything. So time went on. I'd see her somewhere else. She'd come by, and I'd say, hey, sign me an autograph. And she'd say, come on. You don't need an autograph. You're family. You come over the house whenever. So anyway, kept doing it. One time I'm DJing a wedding, and her and Suzette were there, and they walked up, and I was about to play a song, and she said, what are you going to play? And it was albums. This gives you a time and era. It was no CDs. It was just albums. So I showed her one, and she's like, oh, no, you can't play that. That's bad. They'll leave. And I said, well, what should I play? And she looked through my albums, and she found her album, Ven Conmigo, and she said, anything from this one. So I said, sign it. And that was my only autograph from her. And it said, to Edmund, stay super cool. She always called me Edmund. She never called me Ed. She called me, but she loved my full name. So she said, to Edmund, stay super cool. Don't ever change. Love you, Selena, 1992. That, if she could say that, and she was already on the way to fame, and it just meant so much to me at that moment. And I thought, if she thinks I'm super cool, then I want to stay that way my whole career. So it's something that I prided myself in being a down-to-earth person. I want to thank you all for being here, all my family and friends that came from far and away for celebrating this moment. Again, thank you, Mayor. And I just want to say that all of this is done. And by the way, Carlos Lopez and the Lopez family have been very instrumental mentors of mine as well. John Gifford, he's here. John Gifford and I started 2 weeks apart at Z95. And John Gifford, he didn't like when I do this, but John Gifford was the guitar player for Paul Young and the Association with a song called Every Time You Go Away. He's from London. He's an amazing musician, and I've been honored to work with him all these years. He's been an inspiration. Gino Flores, who's still at Z95. Gino was just a young pup when he came with us, and he still runs Z95 to this day. So again, thank you all. I try to shorten this down. I'll put it all on Facebook, my full speech. But I just want to say that the reason I did this, and I do this, and I continue to do this, and God willing, I'll continue to do this. This is not a retirement for me. This is just a milestone. Is because I love Corpus Christi, Robstown, South Texas. Thank you very much.
Big smiles on three. 1, 2, 3. Time. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, thank you. So our next proclamation honors the Dr. H. Boyd Hall chapter of the NAACP for their leadership, dedication, and service to our city and our residents. So whereas on June 19th in 1865, Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas to announce the end of slavery, marking a powerful moment of delayed liberation for thousands of enslaved Black Americans. And whereas Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day, has been officially recognized as a federal holiday and is the oldest known celebration commemorating the end of slavery in the United States, honoring the resilience, tenacity, culture, and contributions of Black Americans throughout history. And whereas the NAACP has long stood at the forefront of that work here in Corpus Christi, preserving the legacy of Juneteenth, uplifting the Black community, and creating space for education, empowerment, and celebration. And whereas Juneteenth is not just a date in history, it is a symbol of endurance and a call to action for continued progress in the fight for justice, equality, and civil rights. And whereas the city of Corpus Christi recognizes local organizers and founders of Juneteenth programs such as the late Hannah Carter, the late Dorothy Benson Brown, along with Dr. Gloria Scott and Sylvia Tryon. And whereas the city of Corpus Christi is very proud to stand with the NAACP and joins communities across the nation in recognizing Juneteenth as a day to reflect, honor the past, and recommit ourselves to building a future where all people are truly free. So now, therefore, pursuant to the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim June the 19th of 2025, Juneteenth Freedom Day in Corpus Christi, Texas, and extend deep appreciation to the Dr. H. Boyd Hall chapter of the NAACP for its leadership, its dedication, and service to our city and its people.
Thank you, Mayor. What an honor. Thank you for bestowing this upon the NAACP. I do want to acknowledge one of the names that you mentioned, which was my mother, the late Dorothy Benson Brown, as the founder of Black Awareness Days here in Corpus Christi. It was a time of celebration that lasted for 10 years, from when I was a child, just 8 years old in 1978, and lasted through my high school years of 1988. And many people standing here remember those days. Some may be in the audience. That was held at South Bluff Park, not too far from this location, and it was just sprawling with thousands of people who would come from all over the state, all over the country, performing drama, arts, fashion, gospel music, any kind of music. And I just thank you for including that, President Coleman, in this proclamation. I'm a part of her legacy and just proud to continue what she started and what we're continuing through the NAACP. Thank you, Mayor Guajardo.
I see her in the audience, but there is a group that really kicks off Juneteenth. Tina Butler's group, Taffy, I think her and her staff are here. Y'all can raise y'all's hand for us. I think they're in the back, right there, yeah. So the big events that you see that go on at Water's Edge Park and Cole Park is a tremendous effort of her group and her organization in celebrating Juneteenth as well for the city of Corpus Christi.
Awesome. Thank you, Jerry. Let's take a picture. Together.
See you again.
Yes, ma'am. They want to say congratulations. Okay. He's so much. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, but get everybody in line, Leanne, because that way it's ready to go. So, Councilman.
You play table tennis?
I love watching. Okay, we'll get y'all situated. Everybody scoot down the second row. There we go. Okay, our next commendation recognizes the Corpus Christi Table Tennis Club. Yes, we have a tennis club in Corpus Christi, and y'all can join if you'd like. Or is there? What did I say? Oh, sorry, table tennis group. So we are recognizing them today for their exemplary contributions to the local and regional table tennis community. And also this is in celebration of their 20th anniversary. So Councilman Roy, would you like to read the proclamation?
Corpus Christi Table Tennis Group 20th Anniversary. The City of Corpus Christi Parks and Recreation Department proudly recognizes and celebrates the 20th anniversary of the Corpus Christi Table Tennis Group. We are honored to acknowledge their long-standing partnership and commend this organization for its outstanding contributions to the local and regional table tennis community. Founded by dedicated and visionary Doc Kennedy, the Corpus Christi Table Tennis Group has played a pivotal role in advancing the sport of table tennis throughout the Coastal Bend. Over the past 2 decades, the group has worked tirelessly to promote the sport as a fun, inclusive, and accessible activity that offers significant physical and mental health benefits to individuals of all ages and skill levels. The organization currently boasts a diverse and vibrant membership of more than 50 active players, ranging in age from 25 to 94. Yes. Many members regularly participate in competitive events at both the state and national levels, showcasing the high caliber of talent fostered within the group. Notably, the organization includes 2 national gold medalists who earned their places at the National Senior Olympics through the success in the Texas State Senior Games. The Corpus Christi Table Tennis Group continues to be a valued partner in expanding access to recreational programming in our community. Through its ongoing collaboration with the Parks and Recreation Department, the group hosts regular events and training opportunities at local community centers, inspiring new participants and fostering a supportive environment for all. We extend our sincere congratulations to the Corpus Christi Table Tennis Group on this remarkable milestone and look forward to many more years of shared success and community enrichment.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for this award, and thank this group for being here today, and all of you. We really have appreciated all the support we get here in Corpus. We play at 2 of the senior centers, the Ethel Lyerly out in Flower Bluff, 2 afternoons a week, and we play at the Garden Center 2 afternoons a week. So 4 afternoons a week, we're out there hammering the ball and practicing. And it's really competitive, highly competitive, but very friendly competitive. And we really kind of encourage that win or lose, you're going to be friends, period, on the thing. Some of us have competed in tournaments, state tournaments here in Texas and national tournaments. Let me go backwards just a bit. I have my family, pretty much my whole family plays, well, everybody in my family plays this game. My daughter Carolyn, my wife plays, my daughter Sherry, and my granddaughter Kendra. So we have 3 generations actually playing, and really proud of that, and done very well. We play just for the fun of it, recreation. However, while we're playing, we make sure we abide by the U.S. Table Tennis Association rules, which we do, and that's in case you ever play a tournament. You want to make sure you know the rules so you don't have to change anything. Last year was a state championship. My daughter Carolyn, my son-in-law Sam back here, both qualified to go to the Nationals this year. So next month they will be representing us in Des Moines, Iowa for the Senior National Championships. For Texas. And again, we really appreciate the support. Every one of us looks forward to it. We can hardly wait for the time to get back out there on the table. And, and Robert, we want to mention a special thank you to Robert. Robert came out and saw us play for our 20th celebration, which is March the 21st. That we had a big party celebrated. Everybody came in, and Robert was there. And he enjoyed. He didn't realize we were playing quite like we did, I think. Anyway, he offered to give us the money to. We had a table that was broken, so Robert, after it was all over, offered to give us the money to buy a new table. So we bought personal donation from Robert. He himself gave it to. So we bought a new table, put it together, and we love it, Robert. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. To wrap it up, we do have two national champions. Doris, who is our oldest player, couldn't be here today. She's 94, and she won the national championship in Albuquerque when she was 88, and she still plays. She just couldn't be here today. And my daughter Carolyn has won the national championship. We played in Minneapolis that year, so those are our two national champions, and she's going for another one this coming another goal this coming year. And again, thanks to everybody. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Here, we'll.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. Thank you. The councilwoman. Okay, Leanne, move it. Okay, our next proclamation honors. Maybe we should wait. Yes, that's right. Good to see you. Our next proclamation honors the inaugural Mr. and Miss Juneteenth Corpus Christi Leadership Program for their support and dedication to the success of our youth. So now Councilman Roy will read the proclamation.
Whereas Juneteenth, now officially recognized as a federal holiday since 2021, commemorates the date Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and announced the emancipation of enslaved Black Americans. This holiday serves as an important reminder of the city of Corpus Christi continued commitment to equity and opportunity for all, especially for our youth. And whereas the city of Corpus Christi recognizes the importance of investing in local youth and supporting leadership programs that build confidence, scholarship, and leadership. And whereas the inaugural Mr. and Miss Juneteenth Corpus Christi Leadership Program honors distinguished high school juniors and seniors who exude excellence in academics, public speaking, service, and character. And whereas participants take part in a multi-week enrichment series sponsored by the Essence of Jeremiah Baldwin, LLC. The Baldwin Blueprint is a course curriculum used during a multi-week enrichment series to foster professional network and deep cultural awareness amongst the students. And whereas the leadership program concludes with the crowning of 2 student leaders who are awarded scholarships to fund their college education and who will serve as ambassadors for the city of Corpus Christi. And whereas this celebration of legacy and promise uplifts the spirit of Juneteenth and reflects the city's commitment to honoring youth, education, and community pride.
So now, therefore, pursuant to the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim June the 14th of 2025, Mr. and Miss Juneteenth Corpus Christi Day in Corpus Christi.
So it is truly an honor to be here before you all today. I first want to extend a thank you to the City Council for Corpus Christi, and I also want to extend a thank you to Mayor Paulette Guajardo for this distinct honor to bring my students here before you all. These students are phenomenal. They come from schools all across the city of Corpus Christi. We have students from Veterans Memorial to Roy Miller High School to also West Oso and St. John Paul, the School of Science and Technology. These students are truly amazing. In the middle here, we have our little Miss Juneteenth Corpus Christi. Her name is Danessa Ray Baldwin. She is holding our proclamation. Just to tell you all a little bit about this program, it is innovative. We are cultivating the next generation of leaders here in South Texas through the nonprofit, the Baldwin Institute for Excellence Foundation, and it is something groundbreaking because these students here are getting exposure to networks all across the country. They're getting connected to leaders in Washington, D.C. They're getting connected to leaders in Atlanta, Georgia. They're getting connected to leaders in Houston, Texas, in Dallas, Texas. This is bridging the gap that a lot of students here in Corpus Christi unfortunately do not have. So we are broadening the ecosystem for students here in Corpus Christi and connecting them with important resources. And I'm sure these students can attest to how phenomenal the program has impacted them and how it will continue to impact others in years to come. Thank you.
Okay, we got like okay. We have 2 minutes. Our final proclamation celebrates Lemonade Day Corpus Christi. This free community-wide event teaches children the basic business and entrepreneurial skills necessary to become successful members of society. So whereas Lemonade Day is a free community-wide educational event providing children with the opportunity to learn and apply entrepreneurial thinking and create a foundation for success in the global economy. And whereas Lemonade Day exists to infuse today's youth with the spirit of enterprise, teaching the basic business and entrepreneurial skills necessary to become successful, contributing members of their communities. And whereas Lemonade Day has a core philosophy of spend, save, and to share that is implemented by teaching children how to start, own, and operate a business, learn goal setting, develop a business business plan, establish a budget, seek investors, provide customer service, and give back to the community. And whereas Lemonade Day offers opportunities for families, businesses, schools, youth organizations, faith-based communities, neighborhoods, institutes of higher learning, and government agencies to unite for a common purpose, to train the next generation of entrepreneurs. And whereas Lemonade Day provides opportunities for the youth of Corpus Christi to recognize their value and to see that community is invested in their future. And whereas the city of Corpus Christi salutes and commends the Corpus Christi Chamber of Commerce Foundation, volunteers, and participants of Lemonade Day, a program that promotes life skills, character, entrepreneurship, and extends best wishes for a successful and rewarding observance. So now, therefore, pursuant to the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim June the 21st of 2025 Lemonade Day Corpus Christi in Corpus Christi. And of course, we encourage all citizens to participate and have a role in either selling or buying lemonade on Saturday, June 21st.
Good afternoon. My name is Cindy Barrera, and I have the privilege of serving as chair of the United Corpus Christi Chamber of Commerce. And Mayor, I cannot thank you and council enough for your support and recognition of Lemonade Day Coastal Bend. You mentioned all of the wonderful attributes that our young entrepreneurs learn through this program. I wanted to share a few impressive statistics from our program last year, and I wanted to recognize our chamber staff because they have revived this program post-COVID. It was not an easy job, but it has really paid off. Last year, we had 539 participants in Lemonade Day Corpus Christi. And some of the impressive statistics that I'll share with you is that the average amount earned per stand was $365 per child. The average profit was $278 per child. I have to put my glasses on for the rest of this. There were about 16% of kids who paid their investors back, mostly parents, I imagine. 31% of the participants opened a savings account. 10% already had an existing bank account. 81% met their goal. And the most impressive is that 98% of the participants plan on returning. You talked about the contributions of giving back to the community, and I wanted to also share that the average give back was $103 per child. So we're really creating a generation of not only entrepreneurs, but givers and responsible citizens. And I wanted to, first of all, share with you an official Lemonade Day Coastal Bend shirt. It matches your suit today. And I also wanted to introduce to everyone one of our young entrepreneurs. She was one of our top 10 finishers last year. This is Ray Ray. She is one of our youngest entrepreneurs, had a very successful stand, and she's done a fantastic job, and we're so excited to welcome her back this year. So there are almost 1,000, yes. Our goal this year is 1,000 young entrepreneurs. We've had high school students and kids as young as 4 years old. So thank you again for the support on behalf of the city.
Thank you. You want to hold that? Slide in here. Thank you.
We have the mini mirrors. Yes, they're best friends.
Don't worry about that.